Express Sports brings you all the latest news coming from Rugby World Cup 2015. England 60 Uruguay 3, Rugby World Cup 2015 match report. Nick Easter and Jack Nowell bagged try hat-tricks as Stuart Lancaster's side and Sorry World Cup campaign. The Red Rose ran in 10 tries at the Etihad in their final fixture of an ultimately disastrous World Cup campaign on home soil. Nick Easter and Jack Nowell both score hat-tricks, but Stuart Lancaster's side left with nothing but regrets. It's been a disastrous World Cup campaign for England, and thrashing the worst team in the tournament hardly lessened the pain at Manchester last night. Nor did it diminish the humiliation of being the first ever hosts to go out in the group stages. This has been the darkest hour in Red Rose history, and, despite putting on a decent show last night to finally give the fans something to cheer about, Stuart Lancaster is surely a dead man walking. He didn't throw in the towel after the match, but his future is in serious doubt. "There are a lot of other people who will have a say on that," he said. "It has been a tough week. I just wanted to get through the week and get a good win." It certainly has been a horrendous week for the embattled head coach. Two members of his coaching team are awaiting an investigation into an alleged approach to match officials at halftime against Australia. Details of a player's private life have been exposed in the press, and there were reports of a bizarre team-building exercise involving horses. At least we were spared the dwarf throwing. The 63 win restored some respect in the England team, but it was far from convincing. The winless South Americans were, after all, the World Cup's worst side. They boasted a mere 4 professional players in their squad. Most of them have had to take unpaid leave to play in the competition. And they'd played against Fiji only 4 days ago. Lancaster said, "The second-half performance was the sort of performance I was after. Uruguay took some breaking down, but we managed that and scored some good tries. Overall, we put some good shapes together, our attack was cohesive, and the younger players put their hands up for the future." The reaction of the crowd at the end was fantastic for the players. The 55,000 strong crowd were certainly vocal and enthusiastic in their support, despite it being a meaningless contest. And they were cheered by a young, new-look side, expressing delight when the likes of Henry Slade, Jack Nowell and George Ford touched the ball. Nowell became the youngest player to score a hat-trick for England since Jake Jacob in 1924. And 37-year-old became the oldest hat-trick scorer in Test rugby history. But it was the performance of Slade, a star in the making, that put the smile back on English rugby. Slade was starting only his second test, which begs the question of why Lancaster didn't introduce him earlier in the tournament. The coach knew